All right, Sega Saturn fans, listen up. There's a new game being ported to your console of choice. It is X-Men, the arcade game by Konami. Now, it's not Konami doing the port. It is a homebrew independent developer named Hot Rod X. They are working on a recreation of the X-Men arcade game, not a port, because they point out with Sega Saturn Shiro, they're not using any code developed by Konami. Now, I do want to point out that that does not offer legal protection from Konami dropping the ban hammer on this, because Hot Rod X is using the arcade sprites and other assets, which are still protected. And Konami, and at this point Disney, would have a right to come, drop the ban hammer. So hopefully that won't happen. Another point I want to make is that it's freely available. They are not asking for Patreon donations. They're not asking for itch.io donations. As far as I can tell, there's no way to offer financial assistance to them. Now, if you're not familiar with X-Men, the arcade game, it was a brawler similar to Konami's version of The Simpsons or Capcom's Son of Fight, or if you're more of a Sega fan, Streets of Rage. Now, it's currently a version 0.3, which this version adds Nightcrawler to the playable selection of characters. So far, based on the footage that's been made available, this is already an impressive port. Now, how Hot Rod X is accomplishing this on a platform that is horribly complicated to program for, the Saturn, is via an engine called the Joe engine, which is open source by the MIT license. This engine allows developers to work with the Saturn without having to, know the ins and outs of the Saturn, and to create 3D and 2D games. That's how we're getting this version of X-Men, the arcade game, which looks phenomenal. I can't wait to see how they finish this. Anyhow, you excited? What's your favorite brawler? Let me know in the comments below.